Well, today's pitching matchup featured Barry Zito, who was 12-1 lifetime against the Rangers when the ball game began. And then Ryan Drees getting the start for Texas. And Drees came into the game with the best home ERA in the American League at 1.98. I might add that Ken Maka on the Ken Maka show, with tongue slightly in cheek, said, well, those numbers mean that Drees is due to take a pounding. As it turned out, Drees lasting just 4 1/3 in the ball game here tonight. Let's get to our highlight package. First of all, the Rangers took the lead in the second. Brian Jordan batting with 2 out and nobody on against Zito. Brian Jordan spending a lot of time on the disabled list this year with a bad left knee. Had surgery on that knee last year and rips one to left, and I think you've hit it out. Burns is going to walk, and it's gone. And that quickly, it's 1-0 Texas. Brian Jordan's 8th hit this year. He entered the ball game 7 for 60, and a no doubt about it shot to left. His first home run as a Ranger, 1-0 Texas. Rangers made it 2-0 with 1 out and nobody on, and Barajas batting in the bottom of the third.
1-2 pitches, hit to left and hit deep and down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's fair. Second row of the bleachers, about 340 feet from home plate. And again, it was a breaking ball that didn't break down far enough in the zone. And Barajas goes deep. His 13th home run of the season. Rangers now lead it 2-0.
After that, back-to-back singles by the Youngs, Eric Young and Michael Young, and that brought Soriano to the plate.
2 on, 1 out. And Soriano rocking the bat back and forth in the pitches. Hit to center and hit well. Kotze going back, still going back. It's over his head and up against the wall. Young scores. The other Young coming home. Here comes the throw from Crosby. Not in time. A 2-run double for Soriano. And the Rangers open it up. It's 4-0.
A's would begin to come back in the 4th inning against Ryan Drees, who, by the way, was outstanding through 3, allowing just 1 base runner. And that was Burns' single with 1 out in the 3rd. In the 4th, McLemore led off with a single. After Chavez popped out, Hatterberg singled, and Damian Miller walked, and so the A's had Durazo up in a big RBI situation.
Durazo now ahead of the count 3-1. And you got to assume fastball here. 3-1 pitch, and Durazo hits it to right field for a base hit. Past the diving Teixeira. McLemore is in. Hatterberg rounding third. Jordan's throwing over to third base. The throw is offline. Miller is in at third standing. A 2-run single by Durazo. And the A's are on the board. It's now Texas 4 and the A's 2.
Ryan Drees would walk 4 in 4 1/3 innings. After that base hit to Durazo, he walked Crosby, but Burns popped out, and then Bobby Kelty came up as the A's got to run the easy way.
And the 3-0 misses outside ball 4. Bobby Kelty walks on 4 pitches. And the fans don't like it. It's 4-3, and here's Kotze.
So on the bases loaded walk, the A's were within 1 run at 4-3, but the A's would come right back off Drees with 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning. Mark McLemore was up, and he led off by walking. Chavez hit a ground ball to second to Eric Young, but Young, trying for the force at second, threw the ball into right field. And so McLemore went to third, and Chavez went to second. The A's had runners at second and third. Scott Hatterberg bounced to second, driving in a run. The A's had tied it up at 4-4, and Damian Miller was the next hitter. Miller, right-handed hitter, deep in the box, slightly open. And Drees' 1-2 pitch is a line shot, base hit left center field, and the A's have taken the lead. Chavez scores from third. Miller singles to left center, and the A's lead 5-4. And that was it for Drees. Erasmo Ramirez came out of the bullpen. He walked Durazo. He walked Crosby, and that gave Burns a chance. Now, bases loaded. The infield plays double play depth. Burns is up. He's 1 for 2, and a breaking ball hit to third, backhand by Perry. Second one, it's bobbled, and the out is recorded at second. So the run scores from third. Young trying to transfer the ball and throw the ball to first, and they say out at second is Crosby. That's the second out of the inning. The A's add a run, lead by 2. It's now 6-4. Jeff Nelson wound up pitching in the 7th for the Rangers after Ramirez went an inning and 2/3. In that frame, Damian Miller led off with a walk, then Durazo singled, and Bobby Crosby was the A's next hitter.
And including this season for Jeff Nelson, 731 Major League appearances, every single one out of the bullpen. Line drive on one hop off the glove of Blaylock, fielded by Michael Young. He has no play at all. And a run scores. Over to second goes Durazo. That was a shot that I believe will go down as a base hit.
Actually was ruled an error. After that, Eric Burns bounced into a forced play, and Bobby Kelty was next.
Durazo at third and Burns at first. 1 out, 1 in. And the pitch, slow bouncer to third. They're never going to get two. Blaylock fields it as one play, bounces it to first, but Perry backhands it for the out. And Durazo scores on the play. An RBI for Kelty on the soft roller. And the A's with another run lead it 8-4.
And then Mark Kotsay had a chance for his first hit of the series.
There's a drive to left center, and that may fall, and it will. Base hit in front of Jordan. Burns rounding third will score easily. An RBI single for Kotsay, and the A's lead it 9-4.
Zito got the win tonight, going 5 2/3, allowing 5 hits and 4 runs. He walked 5 and struck out 4, but the A's bullpen, so brilliant and so faltering last night, was back on its game here tonight. Justin Duxer 2 1/3, giving up 1 hit and no runs. It was left for Ricardo Rincon to finish up and work the bottom of the ninth. 1-2 count to Rod Barajas. It'll be on the way. Barajas hits the ground ball to second, right to Scudero, who plays the hot flip to first in time, and the A's have taken 2 of the first 3 games of the series, and the A's are back in first place. And the A's have won 7 of their last 8 games overall. Our final score tonight, the Athletics 9 and the Rangers 4. And time to announce our Cold Stone Creamery player of the game, and we're going to go with Justin Duxer for those 2 1/3 innings in long relief here today, his second appearance of the series as